Yay, we got adverts. Yeah, testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have good sound. Oh. 4th of September. Wow. Oh my god. Bad code to good, I've written down. Bad code to good. Indeed. Indeed. We have to take our bad code and make it good. Oh boy, am I going to enjoy this. Complaining about my code being bad. Oh dear. As if I was a programmer or something. I don't know. Ah, bless. Let's see if we can send a message. Oh, Kelly, yes, Pudding. I've been listening to you all morning. Thank you. You're such a star. Right, bad code to good. That's our live screen. Let's see what we can do with it, eh? Oh. This is bad code that I'm looking at, yeah. It is. Right, what is bad code? Bad code is repeating yourself. Did I just say I was going to repeat myself? I think I will repeat myself. So yes, that's bad code. What they call code smells in the business, I guess. But in my mind, it's just you didn't think it through properly. But in development code that we're doing at the moment, repetition is okay. Absolutely okay. You don't do bad code when you are developing a system. I'm going to call it a system, not a program. Because I'm not a programmer. I'm a systems analyst. So our ECS, oh yes, we did brilliantly. We patted ourselves on the back. We had a celebration last night and went to sleep. So the bad code. Why is this bad? Firstly, it doesn't return anything. So that's the first problem. So let's return something. Okay. That's the first problem solved. What we got here, we are doing current model. So that's the first thing. You've got to tell whoever calls this what you've done. It's an initializer. So initializers should always tell the function caller, okay, this is what we've initialized, which is the current model. Also, look at this here. These two lines and these two lines. They're in the wrong place, aren't they? Really? What we don't need is this. There isn't anything. There isn't any data. So why send that in? You've got the object ID. That's the only thing you need. So don't do it. You're repeating things here. Okay. That's our second one done. So this is what add model position. We've just messed up. Add model position doesn't do enough work. As you can see, it's one line. It's not doing much, is it? Now it is. And the position data is now here. There we go. Which means this is redundant. There we go. Do you see how simple that was just to do it properly? Again, we've got it here. That can come off. There. Move up the spacing. Look how much simpler our initializer is becoming. It's criminal, really, isn't it? Ah, wait a minute, no, I can go from there. There we go. And our element is here. There we go. Our initializer should not be creating data, it should be initializing data. And now it is. Wow, that's simple. Plus now we have a current model being returned. If we want to add it to the rendering, no, we don't do it like that, do we? Put you back there. Cut. Don't need. Let's fill in the bit that we didn't fill in. Like this. Add to rendering thing here that we completely forgot about. Twitch export to YouTube succeeded. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Yes, we've got another video going up into storage, into the archives on Fraser Sharp at YouTube. Oh, was that me advertising myself? Yes. Ha ha ha, shamelessly. We still don't have an update because I'm not really sure what we want to update. That should work. So after initializing, we should get a current model. And that we can use to add to our rendering if we so choose. And we do choose. Because if I run it now, it won't work. So in Metal, rendering, where do we do this initialization? Probably an initializer. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I know. I want to continue. Thank you. Don't stop me. So all we have to do is call GUI add. Oh, lovely. Now you're being sick because you ate grass, didn't you? You dumbass cat. And it just needs an object ID. Let's do that properly. That goes in there. Yeah, we have to make two we have to make two calls here. But we don't want everything that we initialize to go into the renderer. Well, not to start off with, we don't anyway. There we go, everything works fine. No problems found there. Doing good. Yuck, now I've got this file to tackle. This file is, let's just start picking up things and redoing them. Right, update input, that's really bothering me. Why do we update input here? Interesting. No idea. What do we need? Mouse position. Alright. Actually, I'll take the lot. It's obvious that it doesn't belong here because it's got it in the name. So I'll cut you out. Not required. So where's our input? Yeah, it's here. Not doing much. Actually, I could fill that in today. Do you want me to fill in the input? Anybody? Nope. Okay. Fine. We do need this mouse position. Yeah, you can meow all you want, love. You've just been sick all over the floor. Thanks. No, it's okay. You haven't done anything wrong, love. So we need a mouse position which is a float 2. Mouse position, which is a float 2. At least it's not going to tell me it's deprecated today. Use of undeclared type MTK view. Yeah, you're right. Metal kit. Absolutely. Use of unresolved identifier light. Okay. We'll have that as well then. Called light, isn't it? L-I-G-H-T. See how it tells me what I need. What is it? I think it's just a capital L. Yeah, it's that one there. There you go. That's all it really needs. Right, so it needs those bits and pieces. Cannot assign a property light is a let constant. How do you get to a let constant from that? No, it's not. But it might be in the renderer. Where is it a let constant? The light position itself or light? Oh, it's because we're passing you in. So we can't pass you in. Fair enough. We can't assign the light position from here. Is that the answer to that? It's telling me now that this light position we can't do from here. So we are going to have to return a float 2. Oh, wait a minute. No. Yeah. No. So what we have here is this. That. Thank you. We need to return it. We can't do it in here. Float 2. There we go. Lovely. Lovely. Consecutive statements. Blah de blah de blah. That's right. Whoopsie daisies. I put that in the wrong place. My bad. There we go. So that gives us our float 2. Who uses update input? It's again going back to our renderer. Now needs that. That's fine. Just calm that down a little bit on the rendering. Okay, so it's metal view. Yeah, thank you. And the mouse position is probably something to do with the mouse. OUSE position, yeah, there you go. Why are we putting that in as we're not doing it? Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. We're not using it. We're returning it, we're not using it. Oh, we are. Whoops. We are using it, there you go. My bad. Fair enough. You can have it. Okay, so the result of that is that our mouse position will be updated. Mouse position equals that. Lovely. So we place the mouse position in and we receive it back. Yes, that'll do nicely. It's not good code. It's not good code. It's development code. That's pretty okay. But we got rid of a few lines of garbage. I can't move the draw call, and I can't move anything in here. Or can I? No. Don't do it. Does that still work? No, it doesn't. Didn't think it did. Because we haven't updated the light. So it isn't, it's light.mouse position. Yeah, you're probably right, actually. You see, it knew. I needed to change that. Don't like position. Now it'll work. I thought I got that wrong somehow. Yeah, that's okay, we're working. So that now works. So we send the mouse position, then we get the light position out. That's better. That cuts out some middlemen. That's now proper code. Good. Okay, was there anything else in here that I wanted to object to? No, that's fine. Key presses. Do we really want to do this? Maybe. It might be useful. Is it going to be something I'm going to attempt to use? Not really. Yeah, I suppose we could. We might be able to use it on the camera. Right, let's just have a look at how we're using it. Well, we're just setting a boolean in a storage device as usual. So I think, did we do this in C? Let's have a look. We have the C code here. Did we do input? And we have a file. That's a bad keyboard input. Alright, this is all the if statements, is it? I remember. It's funny because we never actually set it. Oh, we're using scan codes, aren't we? This is a direct usage of scan codes, whereas on Swift we can't do that for some reason. I don't see why not. That would cut out a possible bottleneck. Meow, meow, meow. Are you still feeling icky? Oh dear. Calm down there, Pudding. Try and get some rest. Maybe sleep? Yeah? Do you want to sleep? Just put your head down and sleep a bit. Oh god, he didn't empty out too much onto the floor. Lovely. Cats do clean their stomachs out using grass, by the way. It's quite natural. Just means they probably had something that wasn't quite right. They ate something they didn't like, which is fine. He didn't like his breakfast, obviously. He wanted to give it me back. Well, thanks. Yeah. Is this a better way of doing it, just using the game state? Possibly. Do we do it properly or not? Well, we're not using a class, but that doesn't matter. Right, I don't think it matters. To be honest with you, it's just how you want to do it is up to you, really. We could just put everything through update input. But we can make it easier on ourselves by using key press. We would have a key bucket. Oh no, it's just key state, isn't it? Key state, which would be a bool. which would equal bool. Is it dots or just open brackets? It's repeat, isn't it? R-E repeat colon false, and we'll have a count of what, 102. Yeah, we used 1024 last time, so I'll do it this time as well. Okay, so it's already crying about the idea. Okay, we've got that extra amount, extra thingy. I'm going to look it up. Sandbox, come here. I put it here, didn't I? My input. I didn't even put it into a file, into a folder. It was that unimportant to me. Alright. Yeah. Key list I used here, which means I will have a common file with key list in. Most likely. There you go, we've got a key count as well. Wow. And we've got keys. Oh, wow. What happened to key list? This, by the way, is a different way of converting MDL to MTK for descriptors on textures. Model matrix and color, yeah. Position and texture. We've got our ints. Where's our list? Where's our key list? I know I did it. I remember doing it. So who's stolen the key list if it's not in those two files? And this is another problem that I have with this cobbled together thing, whatever I was doing. So we know it exists. It says it there. It's a key list of bools. Where's my initializer gone for it? Oh god, I'm having a bad day already. Vertex, model, scene, light, and cobblers. Did I accidentally put it in the cobblers? Stuff that I got rid of. But was interesting, so I left it in. So I could read it later. Not happy with this. You see what happens when you've got bad code. You can't find bugger all. So looking in there wasn't very helpful. Maybe we have to initialize this. Bool dot init. Why can't it use a count? Is it because it's a var and not a let? It should just be a straightforward array. And it can't use a count. Oh God, just do that, please. What can we do? I need it all to be false. I can stick a value in. Great. I don't want the key path, that's not my job. None of this is useful. This is all conversion rubbish. Blood and sand. And it says it can't convert. I can understand why now. Too much rubbish in there. Alright, this list is way too long. So if I type in the word value, and I put false, what can I add? Can I add the count here now? There's a countable range. Interesting. And there's a closed one. Partial. Buffer. Oh God. They don't make it easy, do they? CI detect a number of angles. What the hell's that doing here? Well, I have to use one of these, don't I? I guess. Can't convert values. This is highly annoying that it says, oh, you can't do this, but... Alright, we'll have to initialize the key state. Fine. Not bothered about you guys. We'll do that. Which means we need an initializer. Func. Init. Initialize. Keyboard. Doesn't need an input because this is a stupid function and it's not really good code. And here all we do is key state, key state, dot init. No, we can't initialize it now. Okay. Append. I need something with a count in it. Sequence bool capacity count. Distance. Nothing simple. So that's the collection. Replace subrange. Remove all. Rethrows. No, I don't want those. Compact contains difference drop. I don't want anything that throws an error. Enumerated. Alright, you've got me. I'm going to look it up. Sorry. Swift. Initialize. Bool array. Array to false for count equals 1024. Try that. You put count first. I don't think you do, you know. Okay, let's try that then. So what you're saying is equals bool. And then you want to open brackets on it. Really? There you go. It comes up straight away. So that's false. And the int is a 1024. There you go. Done. Don't need an initializer. Thank you for that. Okay, so if key pressed, we have to key state blah 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 equals down. Key state key equals down. Yeah. Key state key. This is going to give me so many errors, probably, equals down. Right, here we go. I know you're meowing, love, and cannot call value of non-function type bool. So you want square brackets. Okay. But you're right, it's not a function type. Now can I have the next error, please? There we go. Type to expected argument type int. Why can't you take a uint16 and put it in an int? Bloody well can. You liar. Okay, are we getting anywhere now? It's a let constant. Bar. Yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no. Right. Well, at least it was semi-helpful, not very. We got there. That's the actual code for it. There you go. It's like following a jigsaw puzzle and just putting the pieces in this language. It's really weird. I've never written in a language like this. Not where it's so overly helpful in one direction and then it doesn't tell you what the hell it wants in the next direction. It's quite funny. So now we have key up and key down. All we have to do is put in all of the if statements. So there's all your if statements for the keyboard. They're all taken out because we don't have a camera with a position. And you would have to pass that camera in. But then you won't be able to change it because it'll be a let. So, great. So the camera has to be held somewhere globally. Okay. So it looks as though this is leading on to camera work, but that's how you get your key states up and down. That will automatically be updated by the view controller. I set it to automatically update. So key press. It'll do your up and down for the keys. We can prove it quite easily by running the update, which we're already running. I'll show you. So we need to, we'll test it. How about that? We'll do a keyboard test. Have I got one already? No. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to print the key input for location 13. So we are going to just print out the key state, aren't we? The key state of 13. Just choosing one at random. That's the W key if you really want to know. So all I'm going to do is print out that key state. And that will happen every frame. So we're going to get spammed. Oh, I can move that up. Oh, well, look at that. Wow. That's better. So this key state is just going to spam us. Let's do it. Okay, so it's false. I'm not pressing the W key. As soon as I press the W key, there it is. We're getting trues. And false. Yeah, that's working. So that's how it's done. We've now got key states. That's a 13. You'll have to work out your keyboard for yourself, which is why I put those prints in. So if you remember, it wasn't a test actually, why I did this. It was to find out what the blooming heck the key codes were. So if you look back at the view controller here, I've put these prints in for you to find out what the heck your key codes are. And then what you can do is put an enumeration together for your key codes. I know what mine are. So common, mine are in common for Sandbox. So I've already got a copy of it. So there's my enumeration for my key codes for WASD. That goes in here, up at the top. Put all the enumerations at the top, I always do. So that's what my enumeration would look like for my key code. So I would check against that. Keycode.w.value raw is the check. And it's just like, why? There you go. So you just look at the key list, key code, which is that enumeration, key W, raw value. If it equals true, you can move, you can do things with that key. I chose to move the camera on this example. Yeah. Exciting stuff, actually. It is. It's good when you do it, because for the first time you feel as though you're getting control of the program the first time you do it. But I know that I don't want to do it, because I know that we're going to be having a static, well, not static camera. But I don't think we're ready for the camera, because if we move a camera, what's going to happen to our graphical UI? It ain't going to do nothing. It's just going to sit there and let our camera sail away. But we have to fix our user interface to the camera. And that is the finale, not the start. Right. So I've now got two of these open. We're doing rendering, that's why. Alright, so we've covered a bit more on user input. Clean that code up a little bit so it's not in here. That extension has to stay in here, and it's a huge extension, which is fine. Did we actually finally get to do the aspect ratio? Oh, we did. Oh, fantastic. So we've actually got that in now. Fantastic. Don't think it works properly, but hey ho. Build pipeline. What does this actually do for us? It builds a pipeline state, is the answer. Fine. Metal. New file. Swift. GPU. Underscore pipeline. That's what it is. It's a metal kit. Definitely. And it is a function already, so we can leave it as a function. And all we're going to do is take it out of the rendering. It's a private function as well. So I know nobody else is using it. That's handy. Right, so let's see what happens when I cut this out. It'll probably go nuts. Yeah, okay. Let's just pop it in here for a second. Take that private off it. Right, what is it complaining about here? Self-pipeline state. Right, so we know that it isn't that. Okay, we can take that off. But it's the thing that we want to return. Return pipeline line state, and it's not going to give it us, is it? Because it's inside something else. This one's going to be awkward. Yes, thank you for your meows. You're very vocal today, love. Do you want a cuddle? Do you want a cuddle? Want me to go and make another cup of coffee? My God, I think I'll burst of coffee. We're going to have to pass it in. But if we do, we can't then do it. Right, okay. And it's a try. It can come out as an error. So that is not a definite. This also does our library functionality for our shader. Nice. And sets us up for textures. Yay. Which we're doing tomorrow. Saturday, yeah. Saturday is going to be texture day, I think. Let's have a look. There's no reason to take an if statement there. What I can do is I can force this, I think. What I'm looking to do is going to take that outside of this do thingy. That's the aim of this. Why do I want to do that? Because we can't return it if it doesn't exist. So what we would do is that. And it isn't a try. And I know it can throw. So come on, give me the errors. Yep, I know it can. Can we force you? Cannot force unwrap value of non-optional type. MTL render pipeline state. Option, non-optional type. MTL render pipeline state. Okay. That's what we're returning from here. At least I now know what it is. It's an MTL pipeline state. That's what we're returning. That gets rid of that error. Unless, make it optional. And that is correct. So, right, let's have a look at that. So, all we need to do is yeah, okay. Let pipeline state colon MTL pipe line state question mark. All right. 4 consecutive statements on a line. How did I manage that? That query doesn't. Can I force unwrap that? Can we force this? That would just do that. Oh, that's better. Call can throw, but it's not marked by try. Alright, let's mark it by try then. Definition conflicts with previous value. Okay. Errors thrown from here are not handled. So we need to catch it. So it's that. I think that goes there. I'm not sure if I can put it on the same line. Closure expression is unused. Yeah, okay, we'll have that. Right, copy. Just do that for a second. Is that why it starts with do? I can't put that do in. I need that to be done. Do I need another bracket here? Right, yeah, okay. It's now telling me I've got consecutive statements. I thought so. That's fine. It's the do loop that's doing it. Damn it. What's going on down below? Variable used within its own initial value. So that what that says there is do. Open brackets. That becomes a close bracket. Use of unresolved, that's what I was trying to avoid. That's exactly what I was trying to avoid. Used before being initialized. Well, it's not. It's being used after being initialized, but you just won't recognize it as being initialized. Because the possibility that it might not be. So we're going to have to make that a variable. Pipe line state equals nil. Yeah? You're joking me. Alright, that's lovely. So this is now irrelevant. Good. That should be it. So we tell it what the device is. And it's used there. Make default library. Yeah, we need to do that then. And we get back an MTL render pipeline state. That's fantastic. So now we can just put pipeline state. No, let's do this properly. Pipeline state equals that. And there's no code here. It's all gone into something called a GPU pipeline state or pipeline. So we can alter our pipeline properly when we want to, which we do want to, by the way. Right, the initialize has to stay here, the class has to stay here, and then we've just got this extension thingy, which is the biggest bugbear I've got about this. Stupid class system of theirs. This extension is a bit bothering. It calls upon a tracking area for the mouse. Which doesn't seem to do anything for us. It doesn't have to have this here. It's right in the middle of rendering. We just have this function. Right, let's deal with that then. It's already separated off. So this tracking function has got nothing to do with this here. This can hang out anywhere. And I would say it's got some more to do with the user interface and user input. Yeah. That's an update. So I'll put it after that update. And there's nothing to change. It's self-contained. So that is a straightforward, what the hell is it doing here in rendering in the first place? Why is it unresolved? Oh, because you can't find it yet. Alright, fair enough. We'll give you time on that one. I'm going to try and use it through here. Doesn't need to return anything. Just needs to know where it is. Right, that gets rid of that one. So you can see how the code is now starting to develop itself. It's like this draw call. The function draw is in lowercase, so I know it's not mine. It's like this MTK view here. This isn't mine. These are part of an extension view delegate. So these are overrides, or part of an override. Virtual functions. Because when you say delegate in Swift, it means virtual. You are making something from a virtual template function, like you would do in C++. So it's a bit awkward for me to handle this one because it's not my code. I have to accept what they give me. So that has to stay here, that has to stay here, but the code within it is mine. We've got pipeline state, main game loop. I would think that will come first. I'm not sure why that's between these two. That should be the first thing it does. So let's make it the first thing it does. There we go. Now it is. So there's a function that we can use. Right, this lot. Set from facing cull mode. Render loop. Yes, I put the render loop in the right place now. The render loop has this translation in. That's interesting. We've got to move that test code. That's part of an update. That will give the model matrix back. So we can get rid of that. That has to go. That part there has to get out of there. But we do have the model here, so we could use it. That's a little awkward. If I remember in the original code, I think we did this as a construct, didn't we? In the renderer, where we just called upon a maths function. And we haven't done that here. That's why it's test code. Right. So in Metal Sandbox, no, you won't find it in there. You'll find it in the archives. You'll find it in the original code. Source. Maths. We have matrix utilities in our maths. Now, word of warning. Swift uses, well, Swift code that we've got doesn't use GLM for starters. So we have main camera, calc, camera, view, matrix, and we have game model, calc, model matrix. Alright. It does all of this lot. We are not dealing with GLM. We are dealing with a very, very, very backwards orientated Swift. So everything is bloody well backwards because we're using matrix multiplication. And matrix multiplication is backwards. So it isn't what it says there. Translate, rotate, and scale. It's now scale, rotate, translate. Because we are doing matrix only, matrix multiplication. All the way through. I'm doing it that way on purpose to make sure I get it damn well right. So let's think about that. Well, for starters, we've already got a file full of maths. So I don't see any point in starting a new file. There we go. We've got a file full of rubbish. And they're all functions and extensions and God knows what. I'm thinking to myself, well, why not use what we got? I mean, it's a pretty big file, this already. I know, a chop to load out. Chunked and chopped, chunked. Yeah, chop to load out. Maths, my favourite subject. Well, no, physics is my favourite subject. But I have a different physics view than common practice, which is interesting. It's why I couldn't agree with my physics teacher at school. Oh well. Ho-hum. I didn't know that I had... See, when I was a kid, I didn't know that I was disabled. Neither did my parents, so I was treated as a normal kid. And I went through school normally. I went to work as a normal person. I stopped work 25 years later, completely disabled, because nobody had realised that my body was on fire. I'm very, very thin for a reason. So, after that distraction, God knows why I do these. I just dive off into distractions, don't I? How are we doing? How are we doing? We are about to do whatever we did in C, but backwards. We can just send the matrix back, can't we? Yeah. I don't think we need as much garbage as we did in here. So calc model matrix is the function. Is this new code? It is. I'm not supposed to be doing new code today. But it is part of the make your bad code good, because it shows how you can localize things and separate things out into functions, which is what I'm attempting to do. There is an offhand rule made by programmers who program in functions only, that a function should do one thing. And obviously, the functions that we've got are not doing one thing. So in a functional programmer's mind, our functions are rubbish. And I totally agree with them. They are. And that's why I'm doing this video. That's why I'm doing this. We need to send back a matrix 4x4. So yeah. Whoops. Don't know what we're going to need yet, but we'll soon find out. I think we need the model. That's it. There we go. That's your function setup. What we now need to do is replace whatever we had in rendering here. This test translation. I'm going to have to leave that where it is for now. We don't have a game loop. That's new code. And what I was just about to do was new code, so stop. Everything in my body is now saying stop. Right, so old code only. Now the rendering loop itself is doing quite a lot of things. It's mainly controlling things through a command encoder. Okay, so it is really doing one thing. It's building a command encoder. Why can't we just have build command encoder? Why can't we just have, like we have here, GPU pipeline, just have GPU command encoder? Can we not do that? It's only that. It's only that bit that we can do. And then we're into the render loop. So it's only the top part that we need to do. So yes, we can do it. Because that's everything that we need for a starter. Right, okay, so let's do it then. Let's take it out. That will disappear, that test. But not today, by the looks of it. So this is GPU command encoder. So this is a create. No, this... Create command encoder isn't the right way of doing it. It's setup, isn't it? Always use a file name first. That's my base rule. Because I write in C quite well. I like C. I used to write in C a lot. It was my basic rule. Always use the title of your... Well, we didn't. We took pipeline state build. Well, we already had that name, didn't we? Whoops. That breaks the rules. But hey ho. We can fix that if we want to. It's the wrong way round. It's supposed to be pipeline state build. That's all you have to do. Just put it the right way round. Yeah, just realised the best way of doing this to make sure that it doesn't crash everything in the background is just to copy it over. There we go. I've got all this space here. Yeah, do it correctly. Okay, right, we're going to take out of rendering that pipeline stuff. Command encoder. So this lot up to the render loop. Might only be a little bit, but it's enough to make a difference. It'll get us started on this. It'll need a pipeline state, a light, and the command encoder. So it's going to need the following. Well, command encoder. Encoder, which is something or other. No idea what it is. We don't have it. Did I miss something here? Yes, I did. That one there. It's command buffer we want. I'm going to be returning this. Oh my god, we've got another one of these. It's not my day for these today. That's under guard as well. So I'm going to leave it. We'll pass it in instead. It's been made by the command buffer, which comes from the command queue. The command queue is an MTL. Thank you. I can make a command queue. Where's the command encoder? There it is. Whoops. Comma. Alright, so we've got one of those. We need a pipeline state. Yeah. Pipeline state. Which is one of them. Okay, so we know what that is. We need a light. We know what that is, that's one of ours. A light. And it's screaming at us already, great. Right, is there a reason why we can't do those? Yes. Because these value of type MTL command encoder has no member set render pipeline state. We can't do this. Oh, damn, that's annoying. Nope, we can't do it. I don't know why. We tried and found out no go. So it stays here. The reason being, it relies on this stuff backing it up. It inherits. It's got inheritance. These are classes. And it's got inheritance. Delete. Move to trash. We tried. Empty bin. What are you jumping up and down for, Dumbo? Right, so no, a command encoder is stopping in here. The render loop is stopping in here, unless we can take that out. We can't because it has a command encoder in it. Right there. Because the model constants will be different for each model. Yeah, that's correct. That projection matrix doesn't need to be in here. Yes, it does. That's annoying. Because if I'm right, we're only doing the aspect ratio here. Alright, let's get rid of the blank lines. Let's see how badly we've done. Well, that's certainly reduced to an initializer, which is what it should be. Everything else in here is an extension for rendering. That renders everything, which is what the rendering is for. That is our actual true rendering loop now. Well, until we get instancing sorted out. Yeah. We're up to that stage. But I would prefer to have texturing added before we go to that stage. Ooh, do we start texturing today? What time am I on? Where's the clock? Oh, it's up top right. Friday. 11:30 on a Friday. That means stopping this video. Alright. I think we'll do that next. We will do texturing next. I've got no idea how it's going to fit into this, but now we do have a better base code. Let's see what we're up to now. Oh, that's brilliant. We were at 300 before. We're down to 184. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. No, I'm happier with that. Matrix Math Swift, what's wrong with you? We're all go now. I think we're... Ooh. Update tracking area. Fine. And just do it. Don't bother me with the results. Just get it right. Yeah, it's got it right. Oh, I saw it do it that time. It's definitely got it right. There was a slight lag on the sizing, the aspect ratio being updated. I think that's because it's being updated every single time, which is interesting. It's still massive megabytes of stupid data. Yeah, well, I'm used to dealing with kilobytes, not megabytes. I don't write enough code to fill a megabyte. I'm sorry, but it's true. This code shouldn't fill 1 megabyte. It should fill about, what, 64k? No, we're not even that. About 30, maybe. That should be in kilobytes, not megabytes. I don't understand. I don't understand why it generates so much code. But that's the system for you. Okay, let's stop this. Everything's working. Think I'm now happy to commit, or am I? Nothing. Input's actually doing something. Objects are now making objects properly. Rendering is rendering. Yay, at long last. Loading models is loading models. That's a good idea, but it's only loading the one model. That's bad. Alright, let's alter that. Sorry. We're going to continue until I have it right. So we're going to need a model name, or file name. Okay, model, file, name, and that's a string. OBJ. It's OBJ, isn't it? No, you're not sitting there, Muppet. Come on, move. Move. Come on. Move. You can't sit on that. Yeah, I think we're going to have to close this down soon. He is going to get out of control. What else do we need? I think that's it. So what does it return? Meshes. That's all we really need to change on that one. Okay. Where do we load it? GUI init. Say GUI object. We'll have exactly the same, I think. This is a pass through, and I don't like pass throughs. It means usually we're calling it from the wrong place, and I agree with that. Put that in the wrong place, didn't I? That comes now. Missing argument label. Really? Oh, you can do that for me. So we're now taking that from the GUI, which has a knock-on effect in here. Here. Yeah, I know I'm missing it. What do we call it? Don't even know what we call the model. Button. Let's try monster. Ah, missing argument label. Oh yeah, would be, wouldn't it? Yay, we got a monster. Yeah, it's working alright then. It's becoming more generic. We can actually now give it a name. That name will come from a file which we will read. A GUI ini file. Let's just put a maybe in here. We could use a model warehouse again. I'm gonna put that in because this idea of a model warehouse to load up all models for the GUI. That in itself is a system which I think I prefer. That's core though. Yeah, I think we could go down that route. But for now, we've just got monster. And if we want another one, we can have another one. I'm guessing. We've not tested this system out, have we, for a second object? Once we're here. What the hell? What the hell are you doing, monster? Crimes. No idea what the heck was going on there. Keeps joining my thingies together. So button. Object file name button. Delete. Added it to rendering. Good. It crashes it on the model constants. Which is not the error. But look at this for thread numbers. 0, 7, 8, 25, 26, 27, 28. There's over 28 threads working there. Oh no, that's thread 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8 threads we're using. 9 threads we're using. Yoga. Why? Setting the vertex bytes. Yeah, I think we're a bit out of sync there. Invalid usage because encoding has ended. Whoops. It says it there. I've left the encoding inside of the for loop. These lines. These 3 special lines don't belong inside there. They belong outside of there. And now we might be able to run it. Yep, there we go. We have 2 models on screen. Fantastic. Both in the same place. Yeah, that was easy. That's why I had to do all of this refactoring. One, to find out that I'd made a mistake. Whoops. Which I knew about. Thank you. Okay. That's now correct. So what we need now is our main loop to do that. We need models to be loaded with one command rather than that. Otherwise we're going to have to do it for each model. That'll be a long initializer. We just want one command that goes and reads the file telling us which models to use. An INI file, a text file, which we can alter outside of the build. So we can build this and we can alter that file and have different models being used for the buttons and stuff, which will come later. I always say and stuff. So the test is correct. It worked. I thought it would if I moved things around slightly we might be able to get two models on screen, and it seems to be working nicely with just 2 added lines of code. I mean, this is the biggie one here, but it's still not that big. I think we're within boundaries now. I'm going to leave that as part of the code because it really truthfully is. Just haven't implemented it yet. No implementation, no implementation. We're not actually concerned with that at the moment because it's just a duplication of that file there. Do we have... No, we just have fragment shader. We can just use the fragment shader then. We don't have to change the name of it and just turn it into textures. Everything says give me a texture. I think we are prepped for textures. In the rendering, unless I've eked it out, it would be in this part of the loop, so it's not in. We haven't set our texture. So the command encoder doesn't have a texture. Right, okay, we'll leave that till this afternoon. I'll think about it off air. So thank you for joining us. This is, I'm trying to get the episodes shorter, so I'm thinking about doing 2 a day instead of 1 massive one. I'm just splitting it up slightly. So I'm going to go for lunch and have a break and think about textures. That could be interesting. In the meantime, I want you all to take care, and above all, just remember to have fun